Thunderbolts movie has been released, and this movie is packed with action, emotion, and laughter. So Thunderbolts movie is based on redemption. Whether you talk about the entire Thunderbolts team, talk about Bob, or even talk about Val, this movie is peeping into every character and taking out their emotions. And we have a team in front of us who are facing a problem that is out of their level, but somewhere this problem can be solved. First of all, let's talk about the story. So the movie starts after the events of Captain America: Brave New World. We were introduced to Val in the post-credits scene of the Black Widow movie, in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and in Wakanda Forever. Who is recruiting Ghost, Elena, John Walker, and Taskmaster and getting them to do their dirty work. Along with that, she is also getting a superhero made through illegal experimentation. Her body is being investigated by the government. And if Val's work is revealed in this investigation, then she will be jailed. Now Val sends everyone to the vault to get rid of all the documents related to the experiment, dead bodies, and even his shadow agents like Elena and everyone else. While Bucky, who has now become a part of politics, he knows Val's dirty work and he wants to bring his truth in front of everyone. Now one of the dead bodies of Val's illegal experiments gets up again. In this experiment, the changed version of the super soldier serum was being used, which worked on this body. And this is Bob, who comes out of the vault with the rest of the shadow agents. Val finally gets the result of his illegal experiment. And on the other hand, Bucky catches all the shadow agents of Val with Alexei so that they can use them as evidence against Val. But as soon as Bucky finds out that Val's experiment was successful and now she is going to use it for her benefit, Bucky immediately teams up with Elena and everyone else to stop Val. Now this story is very simple, although there is a running theme here. Bucky, Elena, Taskmaster, John Walker, and even Alexei, all of them have made such mistakes in their past that they are still living with regret. In these, Bucky had made peace with his Winter Soldier work, but everyone else is struggling here. That's why when Bob came in front of them, whose past was also problematic like them, he understood how to make peace with his past by dealing with the demons inside Bob. Where all of them came together as a team, and this is the core theme of the movie, which is perfectly depicted here. Even Val's backstory was shown to us, where we could clearly understand her desire to control everything. She also said an amazing line in the movie, "Righteousness without power is just an opinion." The pacing of the story was also great here. You won't feel bored anywhere. On top of that, you will be in tension seeing Bob's powers that he may reduce any member of this team. But I have a complaint from the movie. There was a fight between Sentry and Thunderbolts in the movie, which was amazing. And this whole scene alone was so awesome that I wanted to see one more action sequence at the end of the movie. Technically, there was no need for a final fight according to the story. But as a superhero fan, I feel that every superhero should have an action sequence at the end of the movie. But overall, the story of the movie was good. A proper setup for a proper team. The team that shares the same pain with each other. On top of all this, I also like that the movie gave Bucky a legendary entry. This scene was so awesome that the entire theater was filled with claps and whistles. Plus, Sentry's power level was set up perfectly here. There were a lot of funny dialogues here. And they were fitting perfectly everywhere. And wherever the tension was building, they were working to diffuse it. All this was possible because of the laser focus on the theme of director Jake Schreier, and because the writers perfectly brought the director's vision into their writing. Emotions were high here, because the writers of The Beer, who have also seen The Beer, they know what tension is. Plus, we also saw Eric Pearson's touch here to uplift the characters. Now let's talk about the actors. This movie was about Bob and a team. First of all, we have to talk about Sebastian Stan's Bucky Barnes. Sebastian Stan, a versatile actor's Marvel Cinematic Universe, that is, being in the MCU, shows that the Marvel people are lucky. This character is in Phase 1 in the MCU, and whether we see him in the movie or in the series, his presence elevates the atmosphere. And here too, Sebastian Stan was showing perfectly how a character whose past has been very bad, he knows what to do so that the history does not repeat. Florence Pugh's Yelena Belova was somewhere projecting the energy of the main character of this movie. First explaining to Bob what to do with his past, then changing his words at the end of the movie, this was a perfect transition. A group works like this. Your friends, your gang, whatever your group is, they try to heal themselves and try to heal you too. And Florence Pugh was giving this energy with her performance. Florence has already broken her acting flags in many places, and she didn't give her 100% here either. Wyatt Russell's John Walker and Hannah John's main ghost were in the supporting role here. In both of them, Wyatt Russell's John Walker lying about his family first and then coming in front of his truth. This was a very sad scene, which Wyatt showed perfectly with his face expression, and even after that, his dialogues were looking funny. This is a perfect example of life somewhere. Look, life is life. Everything has to happen here, whether it's good or bad. But in any environment, you laugh somewhere. While perfectly fighting comedy and pain, David Harbour's Alexei Shostakov, who was also understanding the problem of Yelena, and he was also knowing that there is no cure for this pain, just have to live with it, have to move forward, have to do my work and achieve the glory of being a hero. Now let's talk about my favorite comedy actress, that is Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Those who don't know, let me tell them that Julia Louis-Dreyfus has not once but twice broken her acting and comedy flags on TV. That too 30 years ago, and playing the villainous role of a well-known actress for her comedy, that too with Dark Fast. This was awesome. Her motherly behavior was very messed up to convince Bob. But she played this role perfectly, from where it is understood that Val can do anything to get power. But now let's come to the soul of the movie. Lewis Pullman was playing 3 roles in the movie. The first was a scared Bob, who was an addict whose past was very bad. But as soon as Lewis Pullman came in the look of Sentry, you can't say from his performance that this guy was Bob a while ago. And when he became Void, he was on a different level. I don't think it will be easy to play this character, but Lewis Pullman played this role very well. His bathroom scene gave me a heartache. Overall, this is called perfect casting, where I would also like to praise Marvel's casting director Sarah Halifan, who is pulling perfect casting from Marvel's day one. This is also a rare talent. Now let's talk about the action. There were 4 to 5 action sequences in the movie. There was no action sequence at the end. It was just a sad punching sequence. But the 4 to 5 action scenes were awesome. Jumping from the building of Yelena, fighting all the shadow agents of Val, even Taskmaster's Aeroblast was awesome. After that, Bucky's saving everyone, then Avengers Tower, which is called Watchtower, a small action scene below that was also good. These were all hand-to-hand combat, which was very grounded, very technical. All these sequences were good, but they were nothing in front of Bob's scenes. All of us fans always used to think what would happen if Superman comes in Marvel, and we have got a glimpse of that scene. Bob not getting hit by bullets, throwing Thunderbolts in Bob's Sentry form and catching himself, and even flying in the beginning. This is something that is rare in Marvel, and now I would like to see a lot of Sentry action in Avengers Doomsday. This is very much needed. There is a mid-credit scene in the movie which is just a funny scene, but the post-credit scene of the movie is very long and very important, which is teasing the future. If you have seen the movie, then do share your review in the comment section below. If you like the video, do like it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.